Oh, God. This must be the BHR studio. Oh, I suppose I've got to sit here for the next half hour listening to Butler and Harper. Oh, no. Oh, I suppose they call this a tribute to On the Buses. Oh, I bet they don't have me in it, though. Nah, they won't have me, will they? Nah. I hope they get this bleeding radio show out on time.
This is a tribute to On the Buses. On the Buses is a British television sitcom that was broadcast on ITV from 1969 to 1973. It spawned 3 spin-off feature films and a stage version. Despite the writer's previous successes with The Rag Trade and Meet the Wife with the BBC, the corporation rejected On the Buses, not seeing much comedy potential in a bus depot as a setting. The comedy partnership turned to Frank Muir, head of entertainment at London Weekend Television, who loved the idea. The show was accepted and, despite poor critical reception, became a hit with viewers. The series is centred on the number 11 bus at the Luxton and District Motor Traction Company, a green and cream double-decker crewed by driver Stan Butler and his pal conductor Jack Harper. With its bawdy comic postcard humour and resolutary working-class outlook, the series became one of the most popular British comedy series of its era, if not of all time. At the Butler household, the typical scene would involve a family argument around the breakfast table, whilst at the depot there was always fun at the expense of the crew's eternal nemesis, Inspector Blake, recognisable from the toothbrush moustache and facial contortions.
Hello, Blakey. What's that you got there, then?
It's me medicines. That new nurse certainly understands my stomach, you know. Yeah. It's all this aggravation causes me to make acid.
Hey, what's all that muck you got in there, then?
It's yoghurt. Easily digestible, you see. What are you talking about? It's natural yoghurt, that is. That comes from the milk of wild goats.
Oh, yeah, I saw a documentary about that. You know, it appears that all the blokes in Bulgaria who eat that every day all live to be 100.
Do they really? That means we're going to put up with him for another 5 years.
Come on, get these buttons.
All right.
Hey, Donny, you come in with us. I thought you was off duty.
I am. Nurse told me to go and eat me dinner at home, see, so I'm going home now. I must get home and get some peace and quiet when I get it, see? Oh, God.
I tell you what, Blakey, it might be better if we took you straight to the cemetery gates.
Stop damaging this bus now. What's going on? Oh, it's the Butlers. What is it this time?
It's my son-in-law. He's on that bus and it's leaving.
Mrs. Butler, all our buses leave, sooner or later.
Look, you don't understand, Blakey. Our husband's leaving now. Look, do us a favour, get him off the bus.
Butler, the only persons I can order off a bus is anyone who's committing a nuisance. And the only person committing a nuisance round here is you lot who's not on it. Oh, here's a clipping now. What's going on here?
That's her that did it.
Hey?
Inspector, sack that woman for immoral behaviour.
Mrs. Butler, if I started sacking the staff for immoral behaviour, there'd be nobody left in the depot.
She seduced my husband.
On a bus?
Is that you said? Oh, don't deny it. He spent the night with you.
What? What you been saying about me? Come on, out with it.
I never said any such thing.
Right, now, Arthur, let's get this straight. Where did you sleep last night?
With her?
You must be joking. Me with him? Just 'cause he bought me a few gins, he spread it around. Who'd fancy him? I wouldn't be seen dead with him, shriveled up little weed.
Don't you talk like that about my husband.
Husband, you're welcome.
Quiet. This bus is already a minute late as it is.
I'm not having that great fat lump telling lies about me.
That great fat lump happens to be my wife.
Shut up.
And this happens to be a bus depot, not a marriage advice bureau. Now get this bus out.
Hello, I'm Robbie Rill. I'm a BHR presenter and a big long life On the Buses fan, and I also run the official Facebook page for On the Buses with over 67,000 likes, not to be confused with the fan club. For me, On the Buses has always been one of my favourite sitcoms. I think it just encapsulates literally everything you can possibly get regarding a great comedy. You've got Stan Butler at the helm with his mate Jack. They're eyeing up the ladies, they're trying to move in, they're trying to make themselves, the Jack the lads they are, and all they really want to do is skive off work, and all the time they're alienating their inspector. Whilst at home, they've got their other family lives to deal with. Trouble with his brother-in-law and his sister and his mum.
Oh, Mum.
Hello, love.
Here. Hello, I've got the stuff for Christmas.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Did you see the bloke about the coloured jelly?
Yes, I got all the forms. Here, we only have to put £20 down.
Oh, good, that's about nearly as much as I've got left out of the club money, yeah? And now we should get, 15 quid for our old set. And how much did he offer?
30 bob.
Yeah. 30 bob? We only finished paying for it last week.
He said he'd give us a fiver for it if we got it working properly.
Oh, well, that's not too bad.
No, not too bad at all, considering it cost £12 to put it right.
12 quid?
Yes, well, love, he said it was the tube. It's worn out.
Well, whatever the reason is, Mum, it's always on, isn't it? I mean, if we can only get 30 bob for it, I can assure you we can't have a colour television set.
Oh, love.
Well, it's going to cost 20 quid for the aerial and the licence.
All that?
Well, the licence is 12 quid alone.
Well, I think it's disgusting, taxing people's pleasures like that. Well, a marriage licence only costs £2.
Yeah, well, you get more pleasure out of some things than others.
And a television licence only lasts a year. And a marriage licence goes on forever and ever.
Yeah.
Well, all I'm saying is this. If that's all we can get 30 bob, we won't be able to have a colour television for Christmas.
Oh, and I'd set my heart on hearing the Queen's speech in colour.
My dear mother-in-law, it's going to sound exactly the same whether it's in colour or black and white.
Oh, no, it's not. I mean, everything looks more nice in colour.
Well, I'll tell you something. If Arthur, he paid for the aerial, we could have a television.
Look, mate, I have not got enough money to waste on trivial luxuries like that. In any case, they haven't got it right yet. The colours aren't natural.
That's not true. I was watching a commercial in a shop window the other day. It was fantastic. All those sausages and beans and tomatoes. Oh, it made me mouth water.
Heaven help us if we ever do get a colour television set. Every time there's a sausage commercial, we'll be sitting in front of the set with a knife and fork in the screen.
In any case, mate, I am quite satisfied with black and white as it is. I find it quite satisfactory.
Oh, Arthur, everybody looks very dull and colourless in black and white.
Yeah, well, some people look like that in real life, don't they? In any case, as we can't afford a colour set, I find the whole of this conversation quite futile.
Our set must be worth more than 30 bob. God, the picture's not all that bad. Let's have a look at it.
Oh, love, it is. You see, you don't notice it, because it's gone little by little.
Like Arthur's hair, you mean?
Shut up.
No, Mum's right. The picture's all grey. You can't tell black from white.
No, when they do the commercials, you can't tell which sheets are washed and which are dirty. They look just the same after as before.
Olive has the same problem.
Don't be so rude. Any rate, you know Mum's right. When we were watching football the other day, do you remember? Arthur said that Georgie Best looked like Father Christmas.
Yes. Even the ball they were kicking looked white.
Mum, the ball is white.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh.
Well, it wasn't in my day.
I think altogether, all that just really encapsulates a great body for a comedy. And for me, it is a great comedy, and for all those people that say they don't like it, they say it's a bit corny, a bit baldy, it has a magic element in it which brings together just that great humour, mixed with the family life as well as the working life. It's working class comedy, and at the end of the day, everyone can relate to it. For me, my favourite episode would be an episode called The System. This is where Stan has to buy a new toilet. He takes it on the bus. He takes it home. And it's one of those episodes that features a lot within inside their home. So you get to see what his family's like. You also get the element of taking the normal everyday mean out of it, away from the depot, away from the buses, and you get to see just what it's like for Stan living at home. You know, his life at home isn't as good. You know, it's just as bad as working the depot. You know, he doesn't have it easy. But for me, it's one of those all-time funny episodes. I obtained it when I was rather young on a video cassette, and ever since day one, it's always stuck with me. And he just had me laughing just from the word go. So for me, my favourite episode would be The System.
This is ridiculous. Getting soaking wet every time you want to go out the loo.
You shouldn't have got up so late. Wasn't raining when I went.
Yeah, well, I do not intend listening to the weather forecast every time I want to go.
Well, it can be very embarrassing. I'm going to wait till I go down to the shops.
Ah, it's nothing for it. We'll have to get a new one.
It's going to cost a bit, you know. Mind you, we could use the old cistern and buy a new pan.
Oh, no, if we're going to have a change, I want one of them low-level sweets.
What on earth for?
I don't want to pull it. I want to turn it.
You're a snob, that's what you are.
Oh.
And besides, they cost a bomb.
Well, most people in the street have got them. Anyway, I've got a little bit of money saved up for me high-level grill for the kitchen.
Now, make up your mind. What do you want, high-level grill or low-level loo?
Wow, most people have both these days.
Well, you'll have to be different, won't you? You'll have to have a high-level loo and a low-level grill. Oh, welcome home.
That was most embarrassing. As I walked down the street like this, the milkman whistled at me.
Most probably thought you was his horse.
Don't say such things. Well, now listen, what are we going to do about the loo?
We'll all have to chip in.
Chip in? You must be joking, mate. You broke it. You pay for it.
Listen, mate. If you don't pay your wet, I'm going to lock it up so you can't use it.
How childish you are. All right, then. You, me and Mum will pay a third each.
Oh, no, you won't. There's two of you and Olive. No, me and Mum will pay half, you pay half.
You'll be lucky.
All right, then, I'll lock it up so she can't use it.
All right, I'll pay half. I suppose I owe it to her.
Oh, thank you, love.
You can have it for your birthday.
I'll tell you what I'll do, love. I'll put some candles on the seat and we'll all gather around while you blow them out.
Boy, you mustn't say those things.
Hey, listen, I just thought of something.
What?
There's a place on our route that have got all these toilets and baths. They've got them out on the pavement. You've seen them, haven't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I reckon I can get one cheap.
Oh, we could go and have a look.
Oh, I want to go.
In that case, I shall be there. I want to see how you're spending my money.
Why don't we pack some grub and make a picnic of it?
Like some sardine sandwiches. Oh, what a lovely shop. Oh, I like that one. Oh.
That's not a proper one. That's plastic, isn't it? Look.
Oh, no, I want a solid one. I don't want them plastic ones. They catch fire.
Not you too, Chul.
Catch fire?
Yeah.
Well, if it catches fire, you just put the handle down, it puts it out, doesn't it? How the hell can that catch fire?
Well, you know how careless Olive is with her cigarettes. She burned a big hole in the blanket the other day.
That was in bed. I wouldn't fall asleep in there.
You fall asleep anyway.
Anyway, if it is plastic, it don't catch fire, it just melts.
Well, that can be very embarrassing, can't it? I mean, 1 minute you're sitting there, the next you're floating away on a sea of red-hot molten plastic.
Oh, no. No, I want a solid... Ooh, I like that one. Now, that's lovely. That's eau de nil.
Oh, no, it's not. It's green.
Hey?
Anyway, it says he's a frustrated export.
Export? Oh, Stan.
What?
If it's made for abroad, perhaps it won't work in England.
What are you talking about?
Well, like the cars. They're not the same.
Well, if it please you, I'll put a notice on the back. Left-hand drive, no hand signals.
I first went to an On the Buses event in 2009, and gradually over time I managed to watch all the episodes. And I think my favourite episode is Brew It Yourself, where Stan brews his own bitter and eventually he starts to drink a little bit too much, and that's the same day he's supposed to be driving the bus. So unfortunately it led to rather unpleasant circumstances.
You've been drinking, Butler. You're drunk, aren't you? Do you realise what this means? You've signed on for duty while you're under the influence of alcohol, haven't you? This could mean instant dismissal.
Hang about. As shop steward, I cannot allow you to make unsubstantiated, slanderous allegations about one of our members. You cannot prove that he is intoxicated.
No, but I soon will do. Hang about. I'll get the company doctor to give you a breathalyzer test.
You get the breathalyzer. I'm not frightened of the breathalyzer.
No? We'll see about that, mate. I've got you, Butler. Remember, you sign on for duty. Now, don't leave the depot, mate. I've been waiting years for this. Years. I've been searching the depot for you. I've had a word with the general manager, and he agrees with me that in the interest of the safety of the general public, you should be requested to take a breathalyzer test. Come in my office.
As shop steward, I'm here to tell you that a doctor should be present.
Doctor? Oh, yeah, well, I'm afraid he's not available. I don't know where he is.
Yeah, well, I do. It's 6:15 and be over the boozer getting sloshed.
Well, let's go over there and have it.
Hold on a minute. What? You don't need a doctor. That's only for when there's a blood test. Come on, we'll have it in the general manager's office.
We all know the intimidation that goes on behind locked doors. We'll do it here in front of impartial witnesses. Right, fellas, gather round.
All right, we'll do it in front of witnesses. It don't matter where you do it, mate. If them crystals in there turn green, you're going to get the sack. Right. You're blowing this little bag.
Just a minute. As shop steward, I must have a private word with Brother Stanley and inform him of his rights.
Oh, all right.
All right, go and have your mother's meeting then, go on.
Right, let us convene.
We're going to convene.
Come here.
Jack, listen, what rights have I got?
None, you've got to blow in the tube.
Do you think you could turn it green?
Blimey, the way you've been acting, mate, the glass will probably melt.
That means I'll get the sack. What am I going to do?
Look, I have heard that if you've got a mouthful of smoke when you're blowing the tube, it mucks up the test, see?
But he won't let me smoke.
No, but he can't stop me. Look, just before you're blowing the tube, turn round, I'll give you a quick drag, right?
Cool, you're clever, Jack, aren't you? I love you, Jack.
Yeah, we'll do that after. Come on. Fully convinced of his innocence and that he has been unjustly slandered, Brother Stanier has agreed to take the test.
Right, blow in there, then.
No, just a minute. No, I've got to clear my throat.
Clear your throat? You've got to blow in it, not play on it. I mean, breathalyzer, not a bagpipes. Now then, hold on. You've got to give one continuous blow. Right? Not less than 10 seconds and not more than 20. Ready? Off you go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Well, that's extraordinary. Look at that, look. It's got all cloudy. You've been drinking ammonia?
That's not alcohol. He's got a fever. His breath's steamed up the bag.
The bag. Hang about. It's changing colour.
Is it going green?
No. It's going brown. That's funny. There's nothing in the instructions about it turning brown. You've been drinking before.
Cocoa.
Yeah, it's canteen cocoa. That's why I feel ill.
Yeah, I feel ill.
It looks a bit green to me.
Yeah, that's a reflection off his face. I've told you he's not well.
I'm not well, he said. I'm not well.
Yeah, he does look a bit more repulsive than usual, doesn't he? Oh, well, it says you're not drunk, mate. You must be ill, I suppose.
Oh, sorry, I'm not ill. I'm ill.
Oh, well, if you're ill, you better go home out of it, ain't you? We can't have you in a depot if you're ill, can we? Take him home out of it. Take the rest of the day off.
I appreciate that. Blakey,
That's
I would
all
like
right.
you to know.
Come on, go home out of it. You can both do a double shift tomorrow.
Push your luck, mate. Come on, get out of there.
I went to my very first On the Buses event in 2009 at Elstree Studios. They had guest speakers there, and one of them was Stuart Allen, who was one of the producers and directors of the series.
I'll tell you why we started. It's because London Weekend Television had just started as a company, and the head of programmes at London Weekend Television thought that he wanted to have a better style of comedy, didn't he? He wanted to...
They chose us.
And unfortunately, the audience, our television viewers, weren't that keen on very sophisticated middle-class comedy. And I said to Frank, I think, we ought to do something which appeals to the majority of people and not just to a few. And so he said, well, I've got this script here. It's been rejected by the BBC. What do you think of this?
BBC turned it down because they said there was no fun in buses.
Yes, that was Michael Mills, wasn't it?
Michael Mills, yes.
Yeah. He says it's a very bad script and no one will ever, it wouldn't be very successful. So we read it and we thought, we think it's just the sort of show we need to do in under-weekend television. And we set about casting it, didn't we?
Yes.
Anyway, then we had to cast the bus conductors and also the inspector. And I had fortunately been asked by London Weekend Television to do a show called Mrs. Wilson's Diary. It had run successfully in the West End for some time. It was based on the Private Eye, who ran this sort of diary every week, and they made a stage show of it. And in the cast there were these two actors, Bob Grant and Stephen Lewis. Stephen, funny enough, played in the inspector looking after Harold Wilson in the story of Mrs. Wilson's Diary. And I thought he's a great actor. And Bob Grant, with his great big teeth, he played George Brown, that's right. You remember those of you who are old enough will remember George Brown. He was a drunken Home Secretary, Foreign Secretary, wasn't he, at the time? He was quite notorious, but anyway, Bob was very amusing playing this character. So I suggested to Ronnie's had a look at these two, and they agreed with me that they were right for those two. Michael Robbins, he's no longer with us now. I worked with him at the BBC when I was producing at the BBC, and I thought he was quite talented. He had a lugubrious look, which I thought would be ideally suited.
Steve Holden runs the official On the Buses club, and I managed to speak to him recently and asked him what was his favourite episode of the On the Buses series, and he told me the Foggy Night.
Been waiting here over half an hour.
We'll get on it.
Yeah, all right.
Well done. Now don't stand on the platform.
Here. Are you the one they call Hitler?
Here, get sat in there. Go on, over. God, blimey. God, it's freezing in my cab. Here, my heater's gone up the spout. Hello, Mum, how are you? Have a nice day.
Yes, lovely. Here, Aunt Maud said when I saw you, I must give you some special kisses.
All right, yeah,
Now, love, look, did you put that vest I bought you, the string one, for Christmas?
Yeah.
You got it on?
Yeah.
You sure got it on?
Yes.
We'll let your mother have a little look.
Look, you don't undo me because she's
gone. Because I just... Oh, Stan, you naughty boy, you're lying to your mum.
Don't say it in front of him. I feel a fool.
Well, you should have
I
put
couldn't
it...
find it.
Olive's wearing it.
Hey? Well, it would never fit her.
It was a bit tricky getting it on.
String vesties and kisses from Aunt Maud. You're supposed to be running a bus, Butler, not playing Happy Families. Come on, get that cab out of it.
Oh, all right.
Try and make up for lost time, eh?
All right.
Oh, don't talk soppy. He's been driving through thick fog.
That was only over the hill there. I was a driver. I used to drive this route many a time. It'll be a clear run from now on.
Oh, blimey, what a journey. We've been going half an hour. He hadn't got out of bottom gear yet.
Oh, what's happened? Have we stopped?
I hope so. The driver's got out.
Yeah, is anything wrong, Inspector?
No, it's perfectly all right, madam. It's just a routine stop. Our drivers are very highly trained. They know this route like the back of their hands.
Right, that's it. I'm lost.
What do you mean, lost?
Well, I can't see where I've been. I can't see where I'm going. That's no good. We'll have to wait till it lifts, this fog.
Don't talk wet. Someone can walk in front of the bus with a lighted torch, can't they? The road's probably clearer further on.
Yeah, Arthur's quite right. That's the inspector's job.
Oh, is it?
No, he can't do that.
No, I can't do that. That's an extremely dangerous thing to do. A couple of years ago, one of the inspectors got run over doing it.
Did he? Well, on second thoughts, it wouldn't be a bad idea.
Don't talk ridiculous. With my black coat on, you'd never see me in front of there.
Well, I tell you what, you're wearing a white shirt. How do you feel about walking in front of the bus with his shirt tail dangling out?
You puppy, you. You know that's a dangerous thing to do. It can only be done by somebody wearing a special light-coloured garment.
Hey, Olive, you're wearing a light coat.
Oh, don't be so horrible. The bus might bump into me.
Well, we've got a good maintenance department, darling. They can knock out any bump. Mind you, they find it a bit of a job with you.
No, nobody's going to walk in front of the bus.
Here, there's a news flash on the radio.
Right, turn it up. Let's hear it. Let's hear what's got to say.
Increasing fog now blanketing the home counties won't lift until tomorrow morning, so you're advised to pull off the road and just stay where you are. But you can stay with us right through till 2 with all the top sounds, you lucky people.
Oh, it's children.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, the great theme song from Frankenstein meets the Ape Woman.
Hey, Arthur, they're going to play your tune.
Stan, is it so thick?
What?
Can't you see to drive?
Oh, let's have a look. Yeah, it's worse than ever. Thick. It's so thick you can sew a button on it. No. Well, I'm afraid we'll be at you tomorrow.
Oh, Arthur, it'll be the first time we haven't got back to our bed for a night.
Oh, I suppose we must look on the bright side.
Mum!
Oh, wait a minute, love. Here.
What?
Are there any bushes outside?
Bushes? What do you want bushes for? Oh, is it her?
Oh, yes, yes. And you...
Yeah, there's plenty there.
Well, yes, there are some. Outside, but you'll have to get off the bus. Go
Are
on.
you sure there are bushes outside, Stan?
What do you want bushes for? You get outside here, you'll disappear. In fact, you'll find it a bit of a job finding your way back to the bus.
Oh, Arthur, did you hear that? Stan says I might not be able to find my way back to the bus.
Really?
Yes, she might fall in a big hole or down in a pond.
You're always trying to raise my hopes.
Oh, God, that was the worst half hour of my life. Oh, God. I've got to get out of here. Oh, they've only got to lock the bleeding door on me. I hate that butler. I hate him. Oh, God. Oh, Butler. Butler. Oh, God. Oh, now they've gone and turned the lights off. Oh, God. It's a typical, this, isn't it?